RFD-TV.com. Hope you had a good weekend.
I did. How are you? I hope everything was well.
Everything is fine here. All right, the grain trade higher through the day. Anything you want to point out to viewers and listeners as to what's going on, not today only, but just kind of longer term in the space which you have liked up to this point?
Well, I still like it. I think it's been very quiet. I'm concerned about the real lack of activity here. But there's some good positives to take away from the market, but there's also the lack of interest is one of the things that's not good to take away from the market. However, we're making some fairly nice patterns pretty much across the board. We made a real nice hold in corn at 350. Now we're making a nice hold around 360. So I like that as far as the technical level. Soybeans, pretty much flat, but hanging above that. As long as we stay above 860, I'm in good shape. But they really look more like if you put them on a heart monitor, they might keel over because they've been very flat going over the last number of weeks. Volume's a little bit light. So I think we're still really kind of watching and playing the outside markets in the outside space. And of course, we still have the dollar, which made its big pullback down last week, which we kind of talked about here, all the way down, it's all the way on its way back up again. So there's all kinds of outside influences here. Overall, I still am very positive in the overall space. I want to be an owner. I am an owner. I'm looking for spots to buy. I'm seeing some very good action here. The one thing that's lacking is really the volume, and that is always a little bit of a concern. But as long as we're not getting big gyrations with no volume, I can live with it. We're really staying fairly static across the bottom line here. And for overall, I'm still extremely positive, and I don't see a real lot to get excited about, but I think that we're building a very nice base here, which will be good longer term.
Very good. Looking at that crude oil market here and news of Russia getting together with Saudi Arabia, anything there that is noteworthy in your view?
No, I don't think. I think we've seen by the action over the last couple of months. We really don't care what goes on in the Middle East anymore from an oil standpoint. That used to be the driver of oil, and it no longer drives it. We had the plane crash. Russia took Turkey plane out of the air. We've got this deal. That is not our oil. We have our own oil here now. We don't use Brent like that anymore. It's not the big deal anymore, which is why you see oil very stagnant. Like the rest of the commodity space, it's had some movement, but really it hasn't gone anywhere. And that's really more what we're looking at. What they do at OPEC and Iran and Russia, I could care less.
All right. Todd Horwitz live from the floor to CME Group. Well, things are moving in the live cattle and feeder cattle complex, as you know. Limit up for our folks who haven't been seeing that or heard of the numbers here lately. We'll get back in 1 minute with Todd and check the livestock trade as we continue. One more update coming your way in 1 minute.